Good evening, and welcome back to Whispers Before Sleep. I am grateful you've chosen to spend these quiet moments here. Perhaps today felt productive, or perhaps it felt as though nothing changed at all. Sometimes, the days that seems the quietest are the ones quietly shaping us the most. Tonight, we will step into an old botanical garden where hidden among winding stone paths stands a beautiful glass greenhouse. Inside, some flowers bloom every week. Others bloom only once a year. And one tiny plant has not bloomed in longer than anyone can remember. Or so they believe. So before we begin, take a slow breath in and let it out gently. Allow the noise of today to fade, and together, let's step into the warmth of the greenhouse. This is the glass greenhouse that bloomed in every season. Long before the first visitors arrived, the botanical garden was already awake. Morning dew rested softly upon every leaf. Songbirds greeted the sunrise from the tallest trees, and tiny drops of water slid gently down the curved glass walls of the greenhouse. Inside, the air felt warm, fresh, filled with the quiet scent of earth and blooming flowers. Golden sunlight streamed through the glass ceiling. Its gentle rays settled upon rows of orchids, ferns, jasmine vines, and countless plants from distant places. Each one grew in its own way. Some reached proudly toward the light. Others spread quietly across the ground and tucked away in the farthest corner. Almost hidden behind the taller leaves was a single little plant. Its stem was thin. Its leaves were small. There were no flowers, no bright colors, nothing that drew attention. Most visitors never noticed it. If they did, they simply assumed it would never bloom. Every Saturday morning, a young volunteer named Elena arrived carrying a small watering can. She loved the greenhouse, not because it was the most beautiful place in the garden, but because it reminded her that life was never in a hurry. She watered each plant carefully, wiped dust from the glass, opened the windows just enough to welcome the morning breeze. When she reached the little plant, she paused. She smiled. "Good morning. I hope today is a good day for growing." She wasn't sure why she was always spoke to it. Perhaps because she understood what it felt like to work hard without anyone noticing. Outside the greenhouse, visitors admired roses already in bloom. Inside, the tiny plant quietly stretched its roots a little deeper beneath the soil. No one could see it, but it was growing. The greenhouse welcomed another peaceful morning. Sunlight slipped gently through the tall glass windows, painting soft patterns across the stone floor. Elena made her usual rounds. She greeted each plant with a quiet smile. Some had grown new leaves overnight. Others had opened delicate blossoms. Near the center of the greenhouse, a bright crimson flower had bloomed almost overnight. Visitors gathered around it. Poems were lifted. Photographs were taken. Everyone admired its beauty. "It's the most beautiful flower here. I've never seen one bloom so quickly. It must be the healthiest plant in the greenhouse." Elena smiled politely. She was happy for the little flower. But as she continued walking, her eyes drifted toward the quiet corner. The little green plant still had not bloomed, not even a single bud. For a brief moment, a quiet thought entered her mind. Why does it seem so easy for some and so slow for others? She quickly felt guilty for thinking it. After all, She loved every plant equally. Yet the question lingered. That evening, rain began to fall, not heavily, just enough to tap gently against the glass roof. As Elena prepared to leave, she looked back one last time. The bright crimson flower had already begun to lower its petals. Only one day had passed. The next morning, several petals rested quietly upon the soil below. Its season had been beautiful, but very short. Elena knelt beside the fallen petals. Nature had not been unfair. It had simply given each flower its own season. She turned once more toward the little green plant. It remained unchanged, and so it seemed. Hidden beneath the soil, its roots had grown stronger than ever before. A few weeks later, the greenhouse welcomed the first cool breeze of autumn. Golden leaves drifted outside. The mornings arrived a little later. The evenings became wonderfully quiet. Elena noticed something unusual. The little plant had not grown taller. Its leaves were still small, its branches still delicate, yet whenever she watered it, the soil remained wonderfully firm. Curious, she carefully checked the pot. To her surprise, tiny white roots had spread throughout the earth beneath, far deeper than any of the surrounding plants. She smiled. "So that's where you've been growing." The plant had spent all this time not reaching upward, but reaching inward, strengthening the part no one could see. She sat quietly beside it. Sometimes, people are like that too. There are seasons when life appears unchanged. No promotions, no exciting announcements, no grand achievements. From the outside, it can seem as though nothing is happening, but inside, courage is growing, patience is growing, wisdom is growing. And one day, when the season is right, the world will only notice the flower, never realizing how much of the journey happened beneath the surface. Elena gently touched one small leaf. "I think you're teaching me more than I'm teaching you." Outside, the wind carried a handful of amber leaves across the garden path. Inside, the little plant quietly continued becoming everything it was meant to be. Winter arrived quietly. Outside the greenhouse, the garden rested peacefully beneath pale morning skies. Many trees had shed their leaves. Flowers' beds slept beneath the cool earth. Visitors became fewer. The greenhouse grew wonderfully still. Each Saturday, Elena continued her routine. She watered every plant, opened the windows for a few minutes, wiped away the mist that gathered on the glass. When she reached the little plant, she smiled as always. "Good morning. I wonder what today will teach us." Nothing looked different. The leaves remained small. The branches were calm, yet something made her pause. She could not explain why. Before leaving, she gently turned the pot so it could welcome the afternoon sunlight. Then she went home. The next morning, she arrived earlier than usual. A light fog covered the garden. The greenhouse glowed softly beneath the rising sun. As she unlocked the door, a faint, sweet fragrance drifted through the air. She looked around. The orchids were unchanged. The jasmine vines were still resting. The roses had not yet awakened. Then, her eyes found the quiet corner. She stopped walking. The little plant had bloomed, not with dozens of flowers, not with bright dramatic colors, just one. A single white blossom. Its petals shimmered gently in the morning light. Simple, elegant, perfect. Elena smiled so warmly that tears quietly filled her eyes. She was not crying because the flower had finally bloomed. She was crying because she had witnessed every unseen season that made this moment possible. Outside, the sun slowly climbed above the trees. Inside, the little white flower welcomed its first morning, without asking anyone to notice. As spring returned, the greenhouse filled once again with visitors. Children laughed as butterflies floated from flower to flower. Photographers admired the colorful blossoms. Gardeners carefully tended every corner. Many people stopped to admire the little white flower. Some wondered why it had taken so long to bloom. Others assumed it had simply been forgotten. Only Elena knew the truth. Nothing about the little plant had been forgotten. It had simply been growing in ways no one could see. That afternoon, a young boy wandered into the greenhouse. He looked disappointed. His shoulders were low. He carried a small notebook tucked beneath his arm. He stopped beside the little flower. "It's smaller than I expected," he whispered. Elena smiled. "It is. But sometimes, the smallest flowers have traveled the longest journey." The boy looked at her curiously. "My drawing isn't very good. I've been practicing for months. I don't think I'm getting better." Elena gently pointed toward the little white blossom. "Do you know how long this flower waited before it bloomed?" The boy shook his head. "A very long time." But while everyone thought nothing was happening, it was quietly becoming strong. The boy looked at the flower again. This time, he smiled. "Maybe I'm still growing too." Elena nodded. "I think you are." Before leaving, the boy carefully sketched the little flower in his notebook, not because it was the biggest or the brightest, but because it reminded him that beautiful things are worth waiting for. As the afternoon sunlight filled the greenhouse, the little white blossom gently swayed in the warm breeze. It had never competed with the roses, never hurried to bloom before the orchids. It had simply trusted its own season, and because of that, it became exactly what it was always meant to be. Before you fall asleep tonight, perhaps you've been wondering why your journey feels slower than anyone else's, why your dreams seem to take longer, why your efforts sometimes go unnoticed. If so, remember the little flower in the greenhouse. No one applauded while its roots grew deeper. No one celebrated while it quietly became stronger beneath the soil. But when its season arrived, it bloomed in a way that only it could. Your journey may not look like anyone else's. It does not have to. Every kind word you've chosen, every challenge you've overcome, every lesson you've quietly learned has become part of the roots that are preparing you for your own season. So tonight, rest without rushing, trust without comparing, and believe that even on the days when nothing seems to be changing, something beautiful may already be growing within you. Thank you for spending this quiet evening inside the glass greenhouse. I hope tonight's story reminded you that growth is not a race, and that your worth has never depended on how quickly you bloomed. As you close your eyes tonight, may your thoughts become lighter, may your heart become calmer, and may your tomorrow greet you with renewed hope. Until we meet again, take gentle care of yourself, sleep peacefully, dream kindly, and remember, every flower has its own season, and yours is worth waiting for. Good night.